on the Z. This is our all-star event. I'm Nick Carboni here with Dewey Cloud. Dewey, over a dozen fights tonight, 4 belts on the line, including our Bud Light main event between Christian Camp and Matt Rosa. We're expecting fireworks in that one, but first let's talk about our facility tonight. We kind of jammed out the other venue, so we're at the beautiful O'Reilly Family Event Center, a really special place for fighters to have their families and friends come see them show their stuff.
Yes, this is big for all the fighters. I mean, they don't ever get a chance to fight in a venue like this, let alone be televised. I mean, we got the best fighters in the Midwest and the MMA amateur rank, or in the amateur world here tonight. So it's going to be an exciting show. I can't wait to get this started.
Yeah, and talk about the last part of the show tonight, the main event, Christian Camp and Matt Rosa. I know you're looking forward to that one.
That's going to be fireworks right there. I've seen both of them fight, and they're both good fighters, both talented fighters. I cannot wait to see it.
And that is for the UCW lightweight title fight here at UnCivil War 13. All right, Dewey, we are underway, ready for our first fight here at UnCivil War 13. We've got Greg Owens from Mount Vernon. He's in the red corner wearing the black shorts, and Patrick Osborne, brother of Nick Osborne, who's also on this card. He's in the red shorts in the blue corner. Dewey, you mentioned you see somebody going to the ground pretty quick in this one.
Yeah, well, they're both going to stand up and throw some leather until somebody gets hit here, and then whoever gets hit is going to go to the ground.
And
so both of these guys are pretty quick, good hands on both.
Osborne, a distinct height advantage, 4 inches over Owens. Just to get it out of the way now, you don't really think that matters a whole lot when it comes to this sport.
No, it don't. I mean, there's so many different avenues you can take, you know. I mean, you've got the ground game, stand up, just wear them down on the fence, keep them in clinch. I mean, there's sometimes the shorter guys have got a better advantage, you know, inside.
Introductions continuing in the cage right now. At this point, the mentality of the fighter, where are you at this point when you're being introduced and you're ready to go?
A lot of hype, nerves. It's exciting. It's definitely an adrenaline rush until you start throwing that first punch and then
settle right in.
You settle in.
Yeah, we will
Some
settle
of them,
in.
when it's their first fight, they don't settle in.
Both of these fighters have at least one bout under their belts.
Should be a good
Owens
fight.
is 1-0 from Mount Vernon as they tap, and here we go.
Nice leg kick by Owen.
Looks like they're in a clinch here.
Yeah, look, Patrick trying to get him down on the ground and
right.
like the leg kick.
There's another one to the ribs. And Osborne had Owens down for a second there. Both back up. That's Owens on the bottom here.
Yeah, and they're just kind of stalling right now.
Right. Not a lot of action, just.
No, he doesn't got the guillotine or anything.
Almost a clinch on the floor here.
Oh, good little flip, though.
Owens trying to reverse it.
Yeah, Owens got the dominant position now.
Well, you called it. We're on the ground pretty quick here.
A lot of times whenever two guys with good hands go at it, then they ends up going to the ground because they just neither one of them want to get hit.
Now, you've got some experience with Mr. Osborne. I don't think you should look over here too. You might make quick work of him again.
No, me and Patrick, we talk. He's cool. He was actually my second fight.
And we've got a guillotine from Owens here.
And it looks like he's going. Depends if he gets.
Osborne could get out of it, and he does.
Look like he's doing a little neck crank.
Owens in control here.
And Patrick, technically, he's safe right now. I mean, why did they throw?
We've got a towel on the. Is that a towel from Osborne's corner?
It is, and I don't know why. They throw the towel in quite a bit. All right, do a bit of an interesting ending. Looked like Osborne's corner threw in the towel, so Owens picks up his second win. Now he's 2-0. Yeah, it was strange. I don't know. I guess we got to find out what happened there.
All right, coming up next on UnCivil War 13, we should have Scott Clover making his debut. He's from Branson. He's taking on Bryant Wyrick. Keep it here. All set for the second fight of the night. Dewey, we have a debut, Scott Clover. Scott the Ripper Clover. He's got quite the contingent behind us here. He is from Branson. He's taken on Bryant Wyrick, who's just had one fight. He's up from by the lake in Ullman. Making your debut. What goes through your head at this point in the game? Are you ready to go at this point, or there's still some butterflies?
It goes in and out. You're super excited at one point, butterflies, nervous, scared at one point. It's nerve-wracking.
All right, both have black trunks and both sport some blonde hair about the same height, but Clover out of the blue corner is in the gold trim there.
These are the ones I like to watch here.
Right, the young fighters, and it looks like Clover went down early.
They both got big shots on same time.
Right.
One drop.
Wyrick got one first, and then it looked like Clover countered. Both battling for position on the ground. Up against the wiring of the cage.
Clover's got, he's in Wyrick's guard right now. Oh, he's raining down the punches.
And a little ground and pound from the Ripper in his debut. And they're going to call it.
Good shot, good job by Clover.
Scott the Ripper Clover wins his debut, and that was quick. He takes down Bryant Wyrick, ground and pound there. What do you like about him in his first fight?
It was good. I liked it. They're both exciting fighters. Got a little blood on the mat.
Certainly, I think a little better finish than we saw in the first bout.
Absolutely.
More exciting, and hopefully
they should end right
hopefully set the tone for the rest of the evening here as we build up towards our main event. Again, that's the Prince Christian Camp, former Kickapoo High School wrestler here in Springfield, going against Matt Rosa. Okay, Dewey, another 155-pound fight about to get started between Kyle Green from Wilson, Arkansas, and Springfield's own Sean Swisher. But let's talk about the fight we just came back from. A 23-second technical knockout in his debut for Scott the Ripper Clover from Branson. At least some confidence there, his first bout, and he makes quick work.
Yeah, that helps a lot when when it's your first fight. You gas out. You tend to use everything you got really fast. So the sooner you can get it over with, the better. So you go into the next one a lot more confident, less pressure, less nerves.
And here we go.
This will be a good fight here.
This is Swisher in the black Under Armour with the tattoos on the front of his body, taking on Green, a freestyler from Wilson, Arkansas.
This is a good matchup.
Leg strikes
right
immediately. Now we go to the ground.
I've seen these two guys go fight before, and these two together, it's a great matchup.
Evenly matched. Couple of strikes to the side of the head, and we are done.
He tapped out.
We have a tap out.
A little bit of excitement there with the opponent.
And a backflip almost.
Hey, no, he almost made it all the way. That was the best backflip he has done. He does one of those after every fight, and that was a good one, Sean.
So Swisher with the technical knockout of Green.
Your winner by tap out due to strikes, ladies and gentlemen,
Dewey, we're at the 125-pound weight class now. We've got Nick Osborne against Joey Scanlon. Not the biggest of guys, but that doesn't mean they can't be explosive. And you mentioned Osborne has a pair of quick hands.
He does. These smaller guys are always the funnest guys to watch, man. They're all over the place. They seem to get there really quick, and they seem to be just naturally more well-rounded. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just the smaller athleticism. I don't know.
We'll see what happens between Osborne and Scanlon. Osborne in the white trunks, fighting out of the blue corner. Scanlon in the red corner with the black trunks, and here we go. We'll have 135 pounds coming up after this.
Scanlon's definitely got the reach advantage.
And
Osborne needs to
try
really
with
quick.
a kick there.
He likes
for
to use
Scanlon.
his hands. I know.
Osborne looking for the throw there. He'll get it.
Looks like Scanlon's got a little bit of ground game. Trying to work up to get.
Trying to use it now.
Work him up to an arm bar or some sort of triangle.
Scanlon. A couple of jabs to the ribs there as he tries to get out.
Those little hits don't cause any damage. Just
Right.
gets a little annoying.
Kind of, hey, let me out of here.
Yeah.
See if he can do it.
Quit hitting me already.
But
He went
And
for
now-
an armbar attempt.
and Osborne, this could be over in a second here.
Nope. Scanlon knows what he's doing on the ground. His jiu-jitsu's decent. You can just tell, you know, he's trying to work his work up on Osborne's work up to his armpits.
Good training to have when you're in a position like this.
It's in a position like this, the best training to have.
Osborne from Wilson, Arkansas, controlling the fight. His brother started us off tonight. That was Patrick.
Looks like Osborne's going to let him back up.
And we're back to their feet. Ready to go again.
Osborne's a little bit gassed already.
So some fight from Scanlon, and maybe Osborne tuckered himself out a little bit.
Back up a little, get a second wind here, hopefully.
Scanlon in the black trunks again. He's from Missouri, Osage Beach. Both fighters with one amateur bout under their belts. Both looking for their first victory. Scanlon, a lot of leg today.
Ooh. Osborne can't see here.
On their sides, we're right behind the turnbuckle here.
Looks like he'll try to get an arm bar on him here.
Yeah. Scanlon
And
using those
Osborne
legs to try to get out.
Oh, Scanlon just flipped and got better position. on him.
Scanlon with a
He kinda
right
turned this
hand and
around.
another one, and this is going to be called. Osborne took a couple before he got his
And
arms
it's
up, and now
over.
we're done. Scanlon.
He took a few good shots right there. Scanlon impressed me.
Scanlon with the technical knockout. That's his first amateur victory. As Osborne, slow to get up, but he appears to be okay. That was a good finish to that one.
It was good. Very impressive by Scanlon.
Now we'll hope for some more good fights when we come back here at the O'Reilly Center on Civil War 13. Okay, Dewey, we had a pair of good fights in the 125-pound class. We bump up to 135. Robert Salamone from West Plains with Team Convicts. He's there in the blue corner with the white and gray trunks. He's taking on Henry Ferreira, a little international flair to this fight. Ferreira is from Honduras. You like the eye test here. You've not seen either of these fighters, but just looking at them, you like how these athletes match up.
Yeah, just from the gyms that they come from. Like I said, I haven't seen either one of them fight. These are the ones I look forward to, though.
Salamone
Surprise.
from Team Convicts. Ferreira
I like
fighting
the
with
Convicts
Fighters
intro.
Flow.
They come in with the handcuffs on, undo the handcuffs.
They have quite the
He comes in, throws
the
a
entrance.
leg kick right away.
And these guys going right at it. Not trying to feel each other out.
Salamone's not in a good position right now.
Ferreira got some with the right there. Looking for another one, and he got another one. This is Ferreira's fight early. See if Salamone can battle.
Oh, he's trying to go for the rear naked choke. Soften him up.
Ferreira again on the right side of Salamone's head.
You know, when he's got his hooks in like that on his back, it's really hard to defend, you know?
Yep.
It's, Salamone's in a really, he's in a real bad position. And he's not. Still working that rear naked choke. Looks like
Ferreira trying to put this one away early.
yeah, he's just neck cranking him.
And we have a tap out from Salamone. Ferreira, the winner in the 135-pound division. He improves to 1-1. All right, Dewey, we're getting up into the big boys now, 170-pound division. Owen Foster, heavy-handed kid from Team Convicts in West Plains, taking on Lance Lee. He's an independent fighter out of Nixa. What can we expect from this fight? Owen, one of two Foster boys on the card tonight. Andrew fighting in the 155. You say they like to stay on their feet.
Yeah, Owen. I know Owen likes to stand and bang. He's got heavy hands, great hands. I mean, the guy, I think all of his wins are by knockout. So, I mean, I've never seen his ground game. Lance Lee, he's very experienced. The guy's had 21 fights in the cage. So, I mean, I know I've trained with Lance too. He's got some ground game behind him. So if it goes to the ground, it's hard to say. It stands on the feet, I can kind of tell you.
Foster with a kick in there early. He's in the black trunks with red trim. Lee with the black trunks and white
Foster
trim.
back up and not want to go to the ground though. He's got hands, he'll want to use them. Looks like he's adding some legs to his repertoire.
Okay,
too.
since the last time you've seen him.
Ooh, that right would have connected, it wouldn't have been.
Hey, here's Foster
There's the hands.
connecting a couple times now. Clearly trying to stay on his feet and do his striking from there.
Those front kicks, you know, to the gut, they take a lot out of you too.
Certainly got the advantage with reach, both with his arms and legs.
Lance can take a shot, you know. This isn't Lance's first go around in the cage either.
Takes a knee to the ribs there from Foster. Break for a moment. Feeling each other out at this point in the match?
Yeah, Owen's just looking for his open shot. You know, Lance, he's scrambling right now.
On the defensive is Lee.
But like I said, he can take a shot, so Owen don't want to wear himself out.
He doesn't seem to mind either, bouncing around up there.
It ain't his first rodeo.
Gonna make Foster earn it.
Oh, we heard that one.
And Foster got that one in and gets Lee to the ground and does more work there.
Yeah, we all kind of heard that shot, and everybody was, ooh.
Using the right, try to go to the back of Lee's head. Lee trying to defend himself, but he's not going to like the call from the official, but it is a technical knockout in favor of Foster.
You got to move around. You can't just hold the hand on the ear and defend that way. They will call it.
Oh.
Even though the shots weren't getting through and not doing any damage.
So Foster, the winner by technical knockout. We'll see if his brother Andrew can do some damage later in his 155-pound match. And we will be right back here from the O'Reilly Center. It's UnCivil War 13. We've got a very experienced fighter in this 170-pound bout, and Josh Lininger. He's in the black trunks there in the blue corner. He's taking on Kyle Beamer, 1-0 in his amateur career. He's from Fordland, and you like what you've seen from Beamer so far?
I do. I like both these guys. I know Josh real well. Kyle, he trains at the gym I train at as well. He's grown a lot in the last just 6 months that I've been training with him. He's excelled a lot in the ground game on his feet. Lininger, he's very experienced. It's going to be a good fight.
When you have the upper hand and experience, is there a specific approach that you will use against the younger fighter, or just kind of?
Yeah, when an experienced fighter notices a guy that's coming in first, second fight, it's going to get worn out a little bit quicker because he's going to use more than he should. And it's over.
That was quick.
Just like that.
And Beamer is 2-0.
Sometimes the experience don't matter.
That's right. The youngster from Fordland soaking up every minute of this. Kyle Beamer now 2-0. Taking down Josh Lininger.
I like Beamer, though. He's a good kid, man. He works hard.
He's absolutely enjoying this one. All right, Dewey, we're in the 185-pound division. Interesting dynamic here between Charles Parker and Cliff Williams. Cliff Williams in the red corner with the black trunks and the green trim. He's an independent fighter, but he used to fight for Team Fight or Die, and that's Charles Parker's gym right now. So these guys certainly know each other. We saw a little acknowledgement as they entered the ring. So certainly some similarity there.
Yeah, I don't know if they know each other or not. I don't know the whole behind-the-scenes deal. I don't know if Cliff had a falling out with Fight or Die. I just know he used to train there. He doesn't train there anymore. Yeah, I don't know if they brought this guy in thinking that he could probably be the guy to beat Cliff or not, but I've never seen this guy fight, Parker fight. I've seen Cliff fight numerous times. He's good.
And you like Williams in this fight?
Yes.
All right, we'll see.
Only because I know him and I like him. He's a good dude.
That's right. pulling for him a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Williams again in the green trim, and he's got Parker down, and that's one is over. Quickest fight of the night. Cliff Williams.
Good knockout.
We have a knockout here at the O'Reilly Center. He'll let you know about it, too. Certainly the best finish we've seen here, Dewey.
Everybody else liked it, too.
How did that end so quickly?
He caught him with the big left and dropped him. He was out, and then he got about 4 or 5 shots before the ref could get in there and made him knocked out even more.
Middleweight division with Spencer McHenry making his debut. He's in the blue corner with the black trunks. He's from Springfield. He's taking on Dylan Edwards, 1-0 in his young amateur career. Dylan, a basketball player from Stratford, a young guy with a lot of potential. He's in the yellow trunks in the red corner. Dewey, you mentioned Spencer could leave himself open to a leg from Edwards.
He could. Dylan's going to be looking for it. Dylan's my boy, man. I mean, we train at the same gym. Yeah, I like him. He's a good dude.
I don't know if we can
Spencer's a buddy of mine also, too, so we're going to see how it goes here. I figured it was going to stay on the feet a little bit longer.
One leg takedown here from Dylan, or at least an attempt at it. We could only see Dylan's mom in the tunnel as she watches her son throw Spencer McHenry.
Nice slam by old Dylan. Good job, Dylan.
He's got a little bit of control, but McHenry certainly not giving up.
No, they're both in a safe position here. They're trying to work for position. Dylan wants to slide that knee, push that knee in, and get over to side control on Spencer.
We just finished a great fight. That was Cliff Williams knocking out Charles Parker in 6 seconds, so we've already gone past
awesome
that here.
Awesome knockout.
That was a great knockout, and Parker ended up being okay. He had a smile on his face as he walked out of the cage.
He actually was laughing, too.
He's a good sport about it. So McHenry on the bottom here making his debut. Dewey, you've made a professional debut now, but what about your amateur debut? What's going through your head that night as you step into the cage?
Man, I luckily won that fight, man. I was a nervous wreck when I got in the cage, and the whole first round, I mean, I ended up going into the second round. The first round, I was gassed within 15 seconds, and I didn't even do anything. It's just I forgot everything I did in the gym, didn't breathe. It's just the experience has a lot to do with it.
Neither fighter particularly experienced.
No.
McHenry making his debut. Edwards is just 1-0. As they continue to battle for position on the mat here. What's your approach from both sides as a fighter here, top and bottom?
From bottom, Spencer's doing a good job. He's making Dylan work. You know, Dylan needs to slide that knee in and get over inside control so he can get in a better position. Spencer's doing a good job by holding him there. Neither one of them are in danger right now. He can't really rain punches down on him, and Spencer can't really submit him.
McHenry off his back now. And he's trying to put Edwards there. And he does.
And Dylan's safe here. Dylan's been in this position a lot. You know, this is what our gym emphasizes on, is the ground game.
But low altitude chess match there. They continue to fight.
On him.
Edwards trying to kick out of it with those long legs.
Spencer's actually impressing the heck out of me, Spence. You're doing a good job.
Spencer McHenry now on top of Dylan Edwards.
And we're getting into the end of the first round here. It'll go into round 2.
10 seconds to go. We are going to make a round 2, hopefully.
They both look healthy, so we're going to be in for a good round 2.
And that's where we'll go. And as round 2 begins, I'll also tell you about the UCW Women's Division 155 tonight. Angela Boyce making her debut against Autumn the Fanatic Lamley, and she's got an interesting athletic background we can tell you about in a bit, as Edwards looking for a takedown here of McHenry. Going back to that same spot they ended the first round in. Edwards has McHenry on his back now.
Takedown. Takedown scores you lots of points in MMA.
He's got a few now.
So if all you had in the whole fight was a takedown and nothing else happened, you got that fight.
So Edwards edged McHenry in the first round, you would think.
Yeah, I would say.
What is your corner yelling to you when you're on the bottom here?
Breathe. That's what I always tell them to tell me. Just tell me to breathe. It's what you always seem to forget to do. It's one of those easy things that's easy to not do because you're always biting down on the mouthpiece, clenching.
That can affect you later in the round or the bout as far as conditioning.
Like when you first start lifting weights, every time you start lifting, you're holding your breath when you lift. Same as in MMA. You just keep holding your breath. It wears you out.
Well, if Edwards took round one, so far you'd have to think this is McHenry's round.
I would because the takedowns, no damage, and nobody's beating anybody up. But
he has connected a couple of times as we wrap up round two.
Right now, I'd say going in third round, somebody's going to have to finish somebody.
You got to like this fight so far. Evenly matched on the ground. Nobody really opening themselves up. Nobody being too sloppy down there. And we're in the third round here between Spencer McHenry making his debut in the black trunks against Dylan Edwards from Stratford in his second amateur fight. He's in the yellow trunks, and Dewey probably score it one round for each now as Edwards uses that leg.
He did. That's what I've been hoping, man. I was hoping Dylan would live behind that jab. He's got the reach on him and use them legs.
This fight mainly being fought on the ground, and that's where Edwards takes McHenry here in the third and final round.
Got another takedown.
That'll help him out if there is a decision. Based on what we've
Spencer's
seen so far.
doing a great job out here, you know. He's doing a lot, but lasted a lot longer than I thought he was. I thought he'd guess by now.
When you get into round three of your amateur debut, conditioning a huge part of things. But again, Edwards only in his second fight, so it's not like he's got the world of experience on his side.
Both these guys got youth. I think one's 18 and one's 12.
Edwards right out of Stratford High School.
Yeah.
Every time McHenry's been on his back, he hasn't opened himself up really.
No, he's doing. Like I said, he's done a great job on the ground. He's protected. Nobody's getting beat up.
Well,
kind of a chess match.
The fight before this between Cliff Williams and Charles Parker lasted 6 seconds before the knockout. So
I bet that set a record too.
All right, we've got it all tonight here at the UnCivil War, including 4 title bouts later tonight. This one living up to the billing of a title bout. It's been very well fought on both sides. As Edwards still on top of McHenry. Nobody's really getting shots in. How many amateur fights did you have actually go the 3 or 5 for a title belt?
I only had one fight go past the first round.
But regardless of, obviously both want to win, but this is a good experience for both young fighters to be this deep into a bout.
It is. It absolutely is. They'll know next time. Okay, so that my biggest fear is gassing out. So, I still got that on the back of my mind, having to go 3 rounds.
Not too much time left. I'm anticipating the 10-second clap here very soon. This one looks to be headed towards a decision. McHenry trying to get another takedown in if he can of Edwards, and he does.
He did get the takedown.
We've got 10 seconds.
The judging is going to be crazy.
This is going to be close. They're going to have to earn their spot on at ringside tonight, those judges, with this fight. And we are done. We will go to a decision between Spencer McHenry in his debut against Dylan Edwards, looking to go 2-0 in his young amateur career. Okay, you don't have a scorecard in front of you, but how do you like it?
I'm just going to be biased on it, and I can't do that.
Go with Dylan, maybe?
This is where I say you can't leave it up to the judges, man. It was too close. You just don't know.
And McHenry had that late takedown to really help his cause, because you got to think before that it was probably Edwards' decision.
Yeah, that last takedown kind of threw a kink in it.
right, Dewey, another middleweight fight here between Arthur Brown from Osceola, Arkansas, and Max Humphrey. Now, I'm not going to talk about the trunks because they both are wearing black, but Max is easy to pick out with that big mane following him around.
Yes,
he's
sir.
in the red corner. He's from Orange County, California. So you don't know a whole lot about either of these fighters, so we'll see what happens.
I have not seen him fight. I actually have seen Arthur Brown fight. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what Arthur can, or Max can bring.
We have covered the spectrum so far, from technical knockouts and then 2 consecutive fights. One was a 6-second knockout, and then we just had a decision.
So,
see where this one goes.
Sounded like a hand just got broke, but
heard a crack.
Top of the head.
For Brown there, you think? See he's on his back, or Humphrey? Let's see if he favors one of those hands as the fight continues here.
I just know that all too famous sound.
Oh, yes.
I've done it.
Is the hair in play here?
You know, I don't know. I've never fought anybody with long hair, and I've never fought with long hair, but you think you could put it around his eyes or choke him out with it even.
It's long enough.
I think it's legal.
Battle for positioning right now. Humphrey on
Looks
top
like he's working
of
him
Brown.
up against the cage over here.
Yeah, they're inching closer and closer to that red corner.
He's got mount. He's not in a good.
Yeah, and they're going to call it.
He tapped for some reason. I don't know.
So Brown is tapped out. Unexpected. Could have been that crack you heard earlier. Not sure if he suffered an injury early.
Oop, shoot, it's broke. It hurts. I don't know.
In either case, Max Humphrey, the winner of this fight. Away from our women's bout, and then after that it's 4 straight title bouts. But first we've got a good one on tap. Andrew Foster, whose twin brother Owen won his bout earlier in the night, taking on David Woodall. Foster in the orange trunks in the blue corner, Woodall with that blue mohawk ready to go in the red corner. You like what you see from these Foster twins?
I do. I like the Foster guys. Both of them are my style of fighting. You know, I like to stand up and bang. That's what they like to do. This fight here, this is actually going to be a really good fight. David Woodall has got some talent. I mean, the kid he's great with his hands, good stand up. It's all on how his head's going to be when he gets in here. Last fight he lost, I seen it in his head. He knew he was going to lose before he even got in the ring, you know, and he looks pretty confident here. Foster, he's always confident. It's going to be a good fight.
Can be psychological as much as it can be physical. And quick pop to the mat for Foster there, but right back up. Woodall looking to
poking him with them legs.
Right.
See, Foster's got them quick hands.
He said we're up on 2 feet with this fight.
It will stay on 2 feet, I assure you. If it goes to the ground, it'll be a mess.
Haven't seen a lot of fights where both fighters are using those legs tonight.
You really just don't see a lot of legs in the amateur world. I mean, you just don't see a lot of the leg kicks. You know, they're developing their hands and their ground game. The most important part of this is probably the ground game, because all else fails, you start getting hit. Right. You don't like getting hit, you can take it to the ground. But when all you have is stand up, you got to survive and avoid the takedowns and stay on your feet.
Woodall looking for a takedown here.
Well, I don't think he's
use
going to
that
take
knee to the
down.
gut.
He might take him down, but he'll probably let him back up. Neither one of these guys want to go to the ground, which I like. Oh, that was a low blow.
Got a low blow from Foster there. We'll give Woodall a little bit of time to recover here.
Those hurt. Sometimes it's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
One way to put it. Have you ever been on the receiving end of that?
I have. Actually, by Cliff K.O. Williams that we seen fight earlier. He kicked me harder than I've ever been kicked in my life down there.
So we'll get back going here. Foster and Woodall. Foster with the low blow.
It was unintentional.
You could tell it by his reaction. He knew.
Foster has no answer for those front leg kicks. Oh, except for to give one back.
He got one in there, right in the midsection of Woodall.
Foster needs to let his hands go. Both of them need. Oh, we got a
takedown for Woodall.
And this is where it gets interesting for me because I have no idea.
Both fighters like to stay on their feet, and now they're mixing it up low.
That's all I've seen out of either one of these guys on the feet, which, like I said, I don't mind it.
Certainly with a lack of experience on the ground, more apt to open yourself up and not put up the greatest defense down there, but both just fighting for position at this point. Woodall got a knee in there.
Seemed like a really long round with the break and the...
With the low blow and the recovery time for Woodall. This may go 2 rounds. Can Woodall roll, or can Foster roll Woodall?
Not with the base that Woodall's got right now, he can't. Woodall's base pretty good. Foster's just gonna have to slide his knee up in him and get guard back, or
trying to get both legs around him.
Yeah, there he goes. He's trying to get his guard back.
We have 10 seconds left in the round.
It ain't gonna matter now with 10 seconds.
And Woodall with some blows late as we go to round 2. Andrew Foster in the orange trunks, David Woodall in the black trunks, the blue mohawk. So we start round 2 here at the O'Reilly Center. Got a women's bout coming up next between Angela Boyce and Autumn Lamley.
That's going to be a doozy.
And then 4 title bouts. And hopefully this one will be nice and lead us right in. Woodall caught the leg there of Foster.
Woodall is doing a great job in this fight. Foster's doing a great job himself. And Woodall's all up in his face. He's being the
kick to the back there for Woodall. Went for a knee to the head, and now he's got a couple uppercuts in.
Oh, he got reversed on that.
It wasn't really Foster's takedown, but he stole it.
And then Foster stole it, yeah.
And now he got a blow in there with a right. Again, 2, 3. That was really Woodall's move, and Foster
That's a good little move by Woodall. In north-south position now. It's actually some submissions that Foster could get out of this right now. He had some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training in his background, which I'm not sure if he does or he doesn't.
What would you look for if he does in this position?
You can get a Munson choke, arm head triangle on him.
See if Woodall can break out of what was really his chance.
He's doing a good job right now. He's keeping his head clear.
He's picking Foster up with his upper back, basically, but Foster counters.
I don't know if that was a 10-second. Was that a 10-second bell?
I'm not sure I could hear it clearly, but we should be at about that time in round 2 here. Only had 1 match go, all 3.
Ooh, sometimes slamming can do a lot worse for your arm.
And Foster looking for the kill there.
An arm bar there. And
Woodall doing his best to play defense. And Foster got a few shots in there as Woodall on his back.
It's actually a really good fight. Looks like he's trying to get him in a triangle. Does he got it? He does got the triangle in. Does he gonna finish it? You don't want to slam him on a triangle. You don't want to slam him on a triangle.
Why is that?
Sinks it in deeper.
Yep.
Your neck extends.
And he's certainly feeling the losing end of that now.
Bell's gonna save him.
Yep. And that is it for round 2.
And he's asleep. Nope, never mind. I thought he was.
All right, here is round 3 between Andrew Foster in the orange trunks and David Woodall in the black trunks. been a very good fight so far, Dewey.
It has. Excellent fight. So far, to me, this has been fight of the night.
And it leads into what could be 5 straight fights of the night. The women's bout coming up in 4 straight title bouts as Foster tries to get some blows in on Woodall, who's done a tremendous job of recovering from a low blow in the first round.
Yeah, he got a really hard low blow. He might not ever have kids.
Woodall will be allowed to stand up here. And this is where both of these fighters thrive, on their feet, but seen a lot of...
This is exhaustion throwing.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of power behind it at this point in the match. Third and final round.
Hands weigh a ton.
Woodall's still in a good spot here. You can see the exhaustion from both fighters.
Yeah, probably both of them are just wanting to survive this last round, get through it.
Foster's twin brother Owen with a win tonight. Andrew trying to make it 2 for 2 for the Foster family. The fight ended now. Who do you got?
The fight ended now. I'd have to go with Woodall.
Okay.
More contact. Takedowns and submission attempts.
Only had 1 decision tonight. Be headed for a second. Woodall really keeping his composure down there. And his guard.
Yeah, he seems pretty comfortable down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's heard the rumor Foster's not got a lot of ground game, so, I mean, he's probably playing a lot into it.
And if he thinks he's got the match, it's a good place to be right now.
Except getting the punches rained down on your head.
Right. One right there, the left side of Woodall's head. Still in the guard.
Taps. We'll stand it back up.
All right, back on their feet. Woodall and Foster in what has turned into a great match. Now the flurries begin.
Ooh, that leg kick hurt.
Both fighters would like to make it easy for the judges. 10 seconds left in the match.
That's a good fight right here.
Woodall has Foster up against the cage, looking to land some blows as we wind down. So is Foster. And this one has been very good. Both fighters appreciate it.
Great fight.
Go back to the corners and we'll get a decision. Meanwhile, we've got a women's bout coming up. UCW Women's Division 155-pound match between Angela Boyce and Autumn the Fanatic Lamley.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
A split decision announced in the octagon.
It'll be interesting here.
Judge number 1 scores the bout 28-29. Judge number 2 for the red corner. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29-28 for the blue corner.
Closest bout we've had so far tonight, and here we go. Judge number 3 is going to give this fight.
29. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by split decision out of the red corner.
It was who I thought it was.
David Woodall on a split decision beats Andrew Foster. A great fight. We've got 5 more great ones coming up, including 4 title bouts on UnCivil War 13 here on the Z. Everyone, welcome to UnCivil War 13 on Z27. This is our all-star event. I'm Nick Carboni here with Dewey Cloud. Dewey, over a dozen fights tonight, 4 belts on the line, including our Bud Light main event between Christian Camp and Matt Rosa. But first, let's talk about our beautiful venue. We jammed out all the other places this year, so we're at the beautiful O'Reilly Family Event Center, a great place for fighters to kind of show their skills in front of family and friends.
This is an exciting night. All these fighters are super pumped. I mean, they're if you go back in the locker room right now, it's insane. I mean, these guys are ready to put on a show. They don't ever get the opportunity to fight on television or a venue like this. It's going to be a good night.
A lot of tension building up all the way to the main event between Christian Camp and Matt Rosa. That's for the UCW lightweight title fight. I know you're looking forward to that one.
I am. There's been some smack talk, and it's going to be fun. It's always fun when there's a little bit of talk involved too.
All right, Dewey, our first of 5 title fights, and it's a women's bout, the UCW Women's Division title, 155-pound bout, and it's Angela Boyce in the blue corner in the black trunks and white shirt, and she's going to take on quite the powerful young fighter, Autumn the Fanatic Lamley, and you've liked what you've seen out of her so far in your young career.
Absolutely. I've worked with Autumn. Autumn is tough. She is strong. She's athletic. She's the whole package, you know. I mean, she's got a great career in this sport if she wants to pursue it. But she is that good.
And you speak of her athleticism. She was a 2-sport athlete at Southwest Baptist University, a volleyball and softball player.
Yeah.
Making
and
the transition.
A sweetheart, like you wouldn't believe.
Well, don't tell that to Angela Boyce, because she's probably not going to get sweet Autumn right here. And Autumn, she walks out to...
She'll probably be smiling the whole time she's hitting her in the head.
Autumn walks out to her favorite song. It's called The Fanatic, and that's her nickname. That's by Christian rapper Lecrae. She walked out to that in her softball career, too. I'm speaking quickly because, Dewey, you expect a quick fight.
I do. If it goes to the ground, I just think Autumn's going to end it real quick. She is very good on the ground, but I think she might want to stand up and see what her hands can do a little bit, too, here, it looks. Because she hasn't attempted to take her down. She's just...
Maybe working on a few things.
Yeah. But she's about the nicest girl you ever meet.
Maybe not in these 3 minutes.
No.
Trading leg blows here.
You know what I like about MMA and girls fighting is the fact that there's a lot of fighting going on and there's no hair pulling.
And Boyce is upset about something that happened, talking to the official and her corner. Still flustered. She's got to keep her composure.
I don't know what happened.
Can't quite see it. You say Autumn's got quite the heavy hands for one of the women's fighters.
She does. She's hit me quite a few times.
So you know.
I do.
Maybe a one-leg takedown here from Autumn. Get back on the ground.
I know. She might just win and keep it on the ground. Keep it on her feet. She's winning on her feet.
Got a mouthpiece out as Autumn takes Boyce to the ground.
And it's just a matter of time.
Oh, getting plenty of blows in from there. Just missed with the right. Could have been devastating for Boyce. She goes to the left, though. Absolute ground and pound, and Boyce really at this point unable to defend herself.
She's got the choke in.
The former SBU Bearcats softball and volleyball player proving herself yet again in the octagon tonight. Autumn Lamley from Tulsa, and there's a big right, and another one, and this is going to get stopped.
And
Autumn Lamley.
Heavy hand, Autumn
Another
Lamley.
dominant performance from Lamley. And we've got 4 title bouts coming up here on UnCivil War 13, and that's only on the Z. We'll be right back. All right, Dewey, it's our first title bout of the night, flyweight interim title for the UCW, and it's James Beef Gerke, my favorite nickname of the night. He's in the red corner in the white trunks, and he's going up against a very good all-around fighter, Jair Vallejo, and both are undefeated, so we should have a good match.
Yeah, somebody's leaving defeated tonight.
Somebody will leave with that belt.
Yeah.
Again, the first of 4
It's going to be a good
tonight.
fight. It's going to be a real good fight. Both these guys are quick, fast. It's going to be interesting to see who wins.
Gerke from Mountain Grove. He's 3-0 there in the white trunks. Vallejo, nice all-around fighter, showing off some quickness early and
he does a lot of
gets a
karate
leg
kick.
up. Seen that twice already. Think this one basically be on their feet?
Yeah, I believe it would stay up on its feet. Both these guys like to stand. Jared's unorthodox. He throws a lot of different angle leg kicks.
And there's a leg from Gerke.
Oh.
As Jared goes down and Gerke pounces.
That was a karate kick gone wrong.
Yeah. Mistake that hopefully he can work his way out of. Got both legs though, so he's
safe.
not out of it. Gerke trying to work a couple of blows in while he's got him down there.
Well, I would like to see it get stood back up.
Yeah, we would all be served well enough to see these two back on their feet. I was just going to say, that's where they both thrive. And we saw it early, both attacking with the legs, those karate kicks.
Jared's doing a good job of not letting him pass his guard.
Yep. He's got the one leg now, yeah.
Yep. Oh, now he got mount on him. Not good for Jared.
So advantage Gerke here with the mount. Right on the chest. Try to put something together on Jer. Couple of lefts and now a right.
That's where elbows come in handy in pros, you know? You can drop them down, close quarters.
Gerke owning this round now. Connecting several times from the mount position. And Jer trying to kick out of it.
He's trying to wrap his leg up around and pull him back.
He almost had it. Now we've got hooks from Gerke.
Oh, he's cross-facing him.
Jer almost slipping right out of there.
He's trying, man. Gerke's got some good control on mount there.
Yeah.
Now he's got his gun, take his back. No, back to mount.
What we thought would be a stand-up and bang fight has turned to a battle on the ground, and Jer has reversed Gerke.
Gerke's got some rubber guard thing going on. I don't know what he's trying.
Got that one leg tucked in as the first round of this interim fly title bout wraps up.
Good round for Gerke.
Absolutely. They saw Jer Vallejo go down on that, I guess, mistimed kick.
Yeah, flying karate kick.
And Gerke pounced on him and took advantage and basically took the round, I would say. Landed several blows down on the mat. This one will continue, and it's been a good one through one. James Beef Gerke against Jer Vallejo. Round two underway. Back to their feet. As we've mentioned, both would rather be up there. Saw a lot of heavy on the kicking the beginning of the first round.
Yeah, Jerry uses his legs a lot.
Just looking for the right moment, both fighters. More similar to a boxing match in that regard. Gerke's got Jer right up to the cage. Yeah, I think he liked what he saw there earlier.
He had the first round won because
looking for a takedown here, a throw, and he gets it. Little side control. He wants to go back to that mount, I think. Where
he is. He's got that leg. See how he's got his knee up there by his hip? It prevents Jer from getting his knee up there and putting him back on his guard. He's doing a good job.
Again, this for the interim fly title, UCW. Jer rolls out.
This looks like the exact same thing that happened the first round.
Yep. Gerke not really able to get as many blows in there, if any, like he did in the first round.
Gerke's doing a good job on the ground. Oh, he's got a little scissor sweep halfway, which was kind of weird.
Got his guard here. As Vallejo is on top now of Gerke from Mountain Grove. Vallejo a little left there. Not too damaging. We could be looking at an even 2 rounds here going into a third. Ten seconds left in the second between Jer Vallejo and James Beef Gerke.
We will be going to see a third.
For sure a third, and maybe beyond that the way this is going. All right, round 3 between Jer Vallejo and James Beef Gerke. Even first 2 rounds. Both fighters like to stay on their feet, but we've been down on the mat. Probably gave Gerke round 1 if you had to judge it. Had Vallejo on the mat after a kick gone wrong. That basically put himself on the mat for Gerke to pounce on, and he did. So they'll dance to begin round 3, and Gerke trying to go down to the mat again. He's had success there tonight. Vallejo not going. Gerke backs him into the cage. Gonna try for a throw and a takedown. If he can get the leverage. Vallejo fighting and getting some rib shots in. Right in the back. Got quite a few in. Gerke still trying his hardest to get Jer on the mat. Locking those hands together around one leg, and now 2. And falling to the mat and allowing Jer to get some body shots in the process. And here's a takedown for Gerke. And he's got the choke on now. Gerke could end this right here, and he does. Technical knockout, and James Beef Gerke of Mountain Grove is your flyweight interim title winner.
Got him with the rear naked choke.
And that was a great finish to a very good fight for two rounds and change. And we expect a couple more good fights as UnCivil War 13 continues on this evening. Dewey's second title bout of the night. This is for the interim bantamweight title. We've got Isaac Badger in the blue corner and the red trunks, and we've got Aaron the Drill Loudermill in the black and white trunks over in the red corner. Now, before we get into what both of these fighters offer, you fought for a title in the amateur ranks. Is it different in the build-up to a title bout than it is in just another bout?
It is. You train harder because you know you might have to go 5 rounds. Plus, you know you're fighting a guy that's earned his spot to compete against you. So, yeah, your mentality is work hard and get better, get your cardio up. Both these guys I know have been training hard. I've worked out with both of them. Both these fighters have actually fought each other before. Badger came out ahead on that fight. This fight, I mean, it was a great fight. It ended up being fight of the night. So, I mean, this is going to be an exciting fight here. Hopefully we'll get another fight of the night here.
A great fight.
Both of them like to throw hands.
Okay, both boxers. And a great fight in the last bout. That was for the interim fly title, and James Beef Gerke got a submission on Jair Vallejo. Now here is Badger in the red trunks facing Loudermill in the black and white.
Both got quick hands, so you gotta watch their hands fast.
Both with boxing backgrounds, you mentioned.
Yeah.
Certainly.
If anybody ends up wanting to go to the ground, it'll be Aaron. Aaron's got some ground experience. Badger doesn't have any. Badger's just a scrappy dude. And
so if you know that, do you go away from what you know and take him down there maybe, or you still try to fight your own your style even though it matches up?
I always try to fight my style. If it doesn't work out, then plan B.
Really has the trappings of a boxing match here so far. Two more title bouts to follow, a main event and a co-main event. Here at UnCivil War 13 at the O'Reilly Family Event Center in Springfield as Badger gives a little chase there. Loudermill.
Loudermill's putting those leg kicks on there. It won't take too many of those. You start getting light on that front leg, your power goes bye-bye.
And a big leg, or at least an attempted one by Loudermill.
Neither one of these guys both these guys have been hit quite a few times. They both can take a shot. I've seen them both go the distance. It's going to be it's got the makings for the fight of the night all over it.
Let's see if it will go 5. You're about halfway through the first. Fighters feeling each other out. Looking for an opening and something cracked there.
He dropped him.
Loudermill taking this fight. That's it.
That's it.
Technical knockout for Loudermill, and they've both got to be separated still. I believe the official called it. I believe the official had called the fight before Badger was able to get back up.
Dropped him with that big right.
Badger is not happy that the fight was called, but Loudermill really connected a couple times with Badger on the ground.
Got a little excited on that one. Aaron's a very good friend of mine.
So an explosive finish in the first round to what we thought could go 5, and it's Aaron the Drill Loudermill drilling Isaac Badger. All right, Dewey, we're back for our co-main event. This features Dean Mighty Mouse Vaughn in the blue corner and the blue trunks. He's taking on a very good fighter, and Miles the Warrior McDonald. This is for the UCAA strawweight title, and Miles McDonald, probably the favorite to keep it.
Yeah, they're both staring each other down pretty good right now. I like Miles' intensity, man. The guy comes in focused, you know. I mean, a lot of it's your mentality when you come in. You can train all you want, you can have all the skill you want, but it's also there's a lot of mental game. And I think as far as the mental game goes, Miles has got one of the strongest mental games I've seen in the game in this area. He's an exciting fighter to watch. Mighty Mouse, he is a tough son of a gun. He can go all 3 rounds, no problem at all. This is going to be a great fight. It's another one that's got fight of the night all over it.
And Miles gets that warrior nickname because Miles in Irish Gaelic means warrior. Served some time in the military. He talked about his no-quit attitude.
Yeah, he's all Army American combatives. And
Army combatives, #1 in the 115-pound weight class. Several times a Missouri champion, and he has a big takedown of Vaughn there.
Miles is no joke. Miles is probably the best 115, 125 around what weight class he's actually at, but I don't know of anybody around here that's going to be able to stop the guy.
Certainly showing it off here with that big
Mighty
takedown.
Mouse do it here
big
tonight.
slam
I'm
there.
not sure, but this is Mighty Mouse's toughest competitor to date, I assure you.
Miles McDonald, originally from Las Vegas, now lives and trains here in Springfield. This co-main event will be followed by the main event. And that features the Prince Christian Camp taking on Matt Rosa for the UCW lightweight title that Camp is currently the owner of.
It's going to be a great fight.
McDonald, another slam there, and he works a right in. They're over in that red corner.
Yeah, we don't got a lot of action going here. Miles is just trying to get position. Yeah, Mighty Mouse is trying to not let him have it.
He's got the guard in, doesn't he? Or he did.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse got him in his guard. He's trying to get up and squash him down, get him to release some legs back there. Throw a few
And
punches
McDonald
at him,
with some more rights here. And another little slam back to the mat. All McDonald here so far in the early going of the UCW strawweight title. The co-main event on Civil War 13. If you're Vaughn here, what can you possibly do to reverse what's going on? It hasn't really been too bad, but it's clearly been McDonald's fight.
Yeah, Miles is just, you know, kind of having his way with him in a sense. At the same time, Mighty Mouse is still doing his thing as far as not letting Miles do.
And another big slam for Miles McDonald in front of Mom, and she loves it there in the purple headband. As round one, clearly McDonald's ends in this UCW strawweight title. McDonald, the guy you could see going pro pretty quickly here?
Yeah, absolutely. I've talked to him about it, actually, you know, and I just, you know, I mentioned to him there's just probably nobody out there that's going to be at his level in the amateurs, so he might as well move up to pro, make a little bit of money at it. He's definitely talented enough. And besides the point, there's a lot of promotions out there looking for fighters his size, you know. It's not every day you come across a guy like Miles who can fight like he can at his weight class.
He looks like he could go another 3 minutes right now without a break. I mean, he's ready to go. He's up on his feet and conditioned very well.
But that goes to both of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Mighty Mouse, I've seen the guy go the distance, you know. I've seen a match where he was at the losing end of it pretty much all 3 rounds, and he still prevailed.
It can happen, and it's only 1 round in the books right now.
Yeah.
Potential of 5, so.
A lot can happen in 4 more rounds.
Right. Let's see what happens here in round 2.
However,
Miles.
from watching both of them, I just don't see either one gas, and it's all going to come down to talent.
Miles, a couple of big slams in that first round. The fighters get ready for round 2. Miles, the Warrior McDonald, taking on Dean Mighty Mouse Vaughn. McDonald again in the red and black trunks, looking for a kick there, and Vaughn came up empty on those. But
the thing about these guys at this weight class is they are fast. They move. They don't run out of gas. It's, you know, it's an exciting fight. The entire fight's always movement.
And here's McDonald going back to that same corner and another slam as he gets back on top of Vaughn.
Oh, broke his leg.
Oh.
Oh,
well,
nasty.
We will go to break here on UnCivil War 13.
Well, he got the bones sticking out.
Dewey, it's time for our main event, the UCW lightweight title between the current belt owner, the Prince, Christian Camp. He's taking on Matt Rosa, who, interestingly enough, before the card started tonight, changed his nickname to the King. Perhaps a little gamesmanship going up against the Prince. So we've got that part of things going.
That's part of what makes this so exciting. I mean, both these guys, champions in one promotion. Prince is the champ here at the UCW. Matt Rosa is the champ down at Show Fight. Prince, I know, is 11-2. I don't know Matt's record, but I know both these guys can scrap. It's going to be an awesome fight. Prince is my boy. He's 11-2, and one of them is kind of a sketchy call. So,
and the Prince, Christian Camp, takes that nickname from the artist formerly known as Prince, who likes to perform his show and get out. So Camp hoping to make quick work of Rosa, which won't be easy, and then get out of town. Camp is from Springfield, actually. He wrestled at Kickapoo High School, graduated in 2009. Another local favorite here, fighting in the main event here at UnCivil War 13 at the O'Reilly Family Event Centers. We get ready for round one of a potential 5 here in this lightweight title fight.
Right here, folks.
Camp in the black trunks and the silver lettering, fighting out of the blue corner. Rosa, red corner, black trunks, blue trim. Just want to give you an update on our last fight. Miles the Warrior McDonald taking and retaining the strawweight title. He defeated Dean Vaughn by submission. An ugly injury with Vaughn. Could have been a dislocation maybe, and hopefully looked worse than it was. And he delivered a message to the crowd as he left and said, "I love you, and I'll be back."
Man, that was
good to hear.
That was set up for a good fight, too.
Yeah, ended quickly and gruesomely, but it did appear that Vaughn was okay as he left.
Oh, Prince has got mount on old Rosa here.
Prince with a couple of big blows with the right as he's got the mount right on Rosa's chest. It's going to be over quick. Now with the left. Prince taking it to the King. How can Rosa break this mount right now? He's going to try to get out of it.
Well, he's doing a pretty good job of not getting hit right now. It looks like an arm bar he's going to attempt. No, he's got the fence there. He's never going to be able to get it. Let it go.
And he does. Rosa back on his feet, but
going to take his back.
Camp.
Prince is just all over the place. He's well-rounded. I mean, the guy can stand up and fight. He can go on the ground and fight. He's just one of those guys that you just got to watch out for anywhere you go. There's no safe ground with him.
Back on top with a mount. Rosa able to come out underneath it and reverses it. Back into the cage goes Rosa. Now both fighters back on their feet.
Makes you wonder how long at this pace they can go, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Been a very active fight as Rosa.
Does he got the rear naked in on the? He does got it.
Camp. This is a turn of events.
Oh, he doesn't have it. I thought he had the rear naked in. I think if he had held a little longer, Prince would have maybe even tapped.
Camp maybe broke it, but now he is underneath Rosa.
He's safe, though, right here. I mean, it's not that he hasn't been in this position before. Probably doesn't like being here, but that doesn't mean he's hurting.
Well, this one will likely go 2 rounds here. Both fighters have had their moments in the first. 10 seconds left in the first round. The Prince, Christian Camp underneath Matt the King Rosa. Camp trying to retain his UCW lightweight title fight, as we will go to a round 2 in our Bud Light main event. And it has not been called, and now Rosa's corner is unhappy. Seems to be a lot of confusion in the cage as to whether the fight is over or not, and now I think it's clear that it is not over. We will go to a round 2. Cool. As Camp, with a big smile, gets cleaned up in his corner.
As the way it should be.
And escapes. Could hold on to his title. Now, you get that break as Camp, and now you go out there with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Ball rolled your way, as they say.
I don't know. I don't think it was a tap or anything. I don't know.
Wasn't clear.
It might have been a frustration deal, but I don't think it was.
And if you're Rosa, you've got to put it behind you at this point.
Yeah.
You think you had it, you don't. Get out there for round 2.
Oh, big left.
Heavy swinging here, and Camp connects with both.
They're just throwing leather right now. That's what I like to see.
Rosa back on top of Camp. Back and forth fight in this main event. This fight seemed to be decided after one. We thought they called a submission on Camp and gave this to Rosa, which would have given him the lightweight title, but Camp with a chance to keep it here in the second round.
Rosa's doing a really good job in this fight.
Has been able to counter everything Camp's thrown at him. Trying to turn here. Maybe get away from that cage. Camp and Rosa giving us an even round 2. And Rosa on top of Camp, and he landed a few there. The official watching intently. Rosa had an opening there for a couple of seconds. And now Rosa taking over in round 2.
Yeah, I would say the second round so far has gone to Rosa.
Couple of rights here on the back of Camp. Camp reverses.
They are
An exhausting grapple in round 2.
They are both exhausted. I told you in the beginning, when they come out throwing like that, it wears you out.
We'll go to a round 3 here with the Prince Christian Camp and Matt the King Rosa for the lightweight title. UnCivil War 13. Be right back. Okay, we are back here with our main event, the lightweight title fight between the Prince Christian Camp, who owns the belt, and Matt the King Rosa. And Dewey, Rosa, probably the clear winner in round 2 there.
I would say definitely the clear winner in round 2.
An exhausting couple of rounds for these fighters.
Yeah, Prince looks really tired. I don't know if he trained for this.
Prince perhaps catching.
He might have taken him too lightly.
Perhaps.
Both of them look tired. Look how heavy their hands are.
Prince perhaps catching a break in that first round. They say he's tapped out, and they reversed that call.
Yeah, they're weak, both of them.
It's the third of a potential 5 rounds as Rosa
It'll probably
has
go 5.
Rosa has Prince up against the cage, and he takes him down.
Unless we get a submission, there ain't gonna be no knockouts with them being as tired as they are. Never leave it up to the judge.
A big couple of rights there for Rosa. Trying to break Camp's guard here. And they'll stand him back up. Allow Camp, to get back up on his feet. And we continue in the third round.
Another takedown by
Rosa
Rosa.
looking for a one-leg takedown up against the cage, and he's going to get it.
Hey, there's points right there.
So he could take round 3 if he continues this pace here. Is there a strategy involved in these takedowns as to when you're going to want to start looking to make a move here and finish this thing? Or is it just when you get that opening?
When you're this tired, it's really just survival mode. I mean, you're tired, you're exhausted, you just want to get through this, you know? I mean, the thinking is nothing like it was at the beginning of the fight,
right.
I'm sure.
The fatigued face of Christian Camp as he tries to reverse Rosa and hold on to his lightweight title. Rosa not allowing it here in the 3rd. Got some activity around the ring here. Keep it inside the cage. As Rosa and Camp continue this exhausting fight, now 10 seconds here in the 3rd of the lightweight title. And that is the end of the 3rd round. Camp peels himself off the mat. He's gotten a tough fight from Matt the King Rosa, who is trying to take his title here.
It's going to the 4th round?
We're going now into the 4th of a potential 5 rounds.
Okay, now is when you start getting the second wind back. You start getting a little bit of energy. You felt like you were going to die. Everything was over. And then all of a sudden, bam. Holy cow, I'm getting a little energy.
And Camp has got the cut man in his corner, again, as he did in the 1st. UnCivil War 13, the main event. Lightweight title fight between the Prince, Christian Camp, trying to hold on to the belt, but Matt the King Rosa doing everything he can through 3 rounds to take it away.
This is where you pull it down from deep inside and give it all you got right here.
Both exhausted.
I tell you what, right now their hands weigh 150 pounds.
The slow punches being thrown by both sides, but still, if you connect, it can do some damage. Rosa went for the leg, and again. And now a knee to the gut of Camp. And he takes him down. But Camp on top. Rosa trying to get a full guard here. Kind of go to the side here of the cage.
Looks like Prince trying to slide that knee over, get Mount, but Rosa's, he's a limbery dude.
And he's really shown us something in this title fight here. Coming into Camp's promotion and
Camp's
trying to take that belt. But
here's the
Camp
thing, when you're this tired, Mount isn't that important when you can't throw down the punches.
Right. You can get the positioning, but can't do the damage.
In this position, I mean, you can really just got to go for a submission. You're too tired to knock somebody out. It's just not going to happen.
Nice little left there from Rosa.
We got to go in there after this and talk to him, too.
As we creep down to the end of the 4th round. We will have one more round after this if there is no submission, which is quite a possibility. Could go to a decision for the title in the main event. Both fighters staggering back to their feet, clearly exhausted, but still going. Title on the line as the champ, Camp, gets on his mount here on Rosa's chest.
Oh, he might go for that arm bar. It's the only way it's going to end.
Going to look for an arm bar submission. Only got a few seconds to do it here in the fourth.
He's not going to get it.
And Rosa able to slip out.
He slips.
And if they were exhausted before, Dewey,
they're just holding on right now.
Have to be unbelievably tired now towards the end of the fourth round. And there is the bell. Fifth and final round of the UCW lightweight title fight, our main event here at UnCivil War 13, the O'Reilly Family Event Center in Springfield. Nick Carboni here with Dewey Cloud and the Prince Christian Camp trying to hold on to his lightweight title, but Matt the King Rosa giving him quite the run and may have it if it comes down to a decision. Both fighters sitting down. Both fighters sitting down in their corners because of the exhaustive nature of this bout. And they'll go right down into the red corner here. At this point, a decision goes to who, you think?
I don't want to judge this fight.
Too close. Too close to call. Not for us to decide. Judges may have to decide this one. On the ground, not a lot of action. They battle for an opening to perhaps cause a submission. Rosa on the back of Camp in the red corner. And now Camp, this is the way this fight's gone. Camp back on top of Rosa. But again, not a lot of damage to be done. But Camp may be doing it there with those right-handed punches. Doesn't have a lot left, but he's giving it all he has. The crowd standing up. Perhaps a technical knockout or submission from Camp coming up. Unless Rosa can hold strong.
This fight's going to end in the distance. It is not. I
Rosa
just don't see
back
anybody.
on
Nobody's
top.
going to knock anyone out. Nobody's going to submit nobody here. It's just too tiring.
The strength is sapped at this point of the fight. Not sure both fighters will be able to stand to hear the decision by these judges. They've used it all.
No, it's always different when you're in there too. I've always felt like I've lost every fight that that I didn't dominate and knock somebody out. It's just you get so tired and you're just like, I'm not doing good.
Yeah. Fifth and final round of this title bout winding down. Rosa on the back of Camp, and that is the fifth and final round of the UCW lightweight title, and it is now in the hands of the judges.
Where you don't want it to be.
You're a winner by unanimous decision.
And it is Matt Rosa taking the UCW lightweight title belt from Springfield's own, the Prince Christian Camp. What do you think of the decision? Unanimous by the judges.
I would have agreed as well. Prince didn't come with his A game tonight, and that's a fact.
And that is it for UnCivil War 13. We saw it all. 6-second knockouts, a couple of decisions, and a great 5-round lightweight title fight between the Prince Christian Camp and Matt the King Rosa. Rosa taking the belt from Camp in a unanimous decision. A great night of fighting.
Incredible night of fighting. Some of the best knockouts we've seen. Some of the best submissions we've seen. This is a great venue. Some of the best fighters in the Midwest. It was an awesome night.
All right, that's going to do it for UnCivil War 13 on the Z.